Good evening, Cancer. This is Will from Will's Cartomancy Tarot. What I'd like to do today for you this evening is to give you a romance reading. And to save down on some time, Cancer, I've already shuffled the deck, and your reading is shown as we see here. Let's get right along and get started with your bottom card, Cancer. We have the Nine of Wands falling to that card. So, Cancer, the Nine of Wands is all about reclusiveness. It's all about a feeling of being a bit threatened. There really isn't always necessarily a threat, but you might be afraid of kind of getting salt in old wounds. Okay? So let's go on and get right on and get deep into your reading, and get started with your first card here that falls in your spread. And we have the Six of Pentacles here. So, Cancer, this six is all about generosity. It indicates, helpful support. So, in the card in this position that determines what your reading is really all about, it says, Cancer, that your relationship seems to be colored by tolerance and compassion. It appears to be a loving understanding between the two of you, and perhaps acceptance of your various differences that you share. Um, it appears that what you give and what you get is in good balance in this relationship, and you mutually really support one another. Now, this Six of Pentacles refers to a Taurus, okay? So it could be a Taurus that you may have some concerns about, or it could be a Taurus that's connected somehow in your romantic situation. Okay, let's move right along to your next card, and we actually have the Page of Swords here. So this card is all about criticism, and it certainly represents an air type temperament and an Aquarius, Gemini, or a Libra type temperament. So usually this card usually provides a chance for us to get clarification. you know However, though, usually not really appreciated, because usually sometimes when we try to get clarification about things, it usually brings about a lot of criticism. Okay, so basically with this, having this card in position on what kind of moves you internally, this card tells me that you do not really feel love somehow at the moment, but rather you're kind of feeling a bit under attack, or even somehow cast aside. You know, either your relationship is in danger, or you kind of feel under attack and kind of, bombarded with a lot of criticism that doesn't really work well in a relationship when someone is constantly criticizing you. And it looks like it's possibly a younger type energy. And like I said, an air sign type temperament that I'm kind of getting from that. Okay, let's move on and just look at, how your lover feels about you, their attitude towards you. We have the High Priestess here. So this card is all about, intuition. It symbolizes the meditative or the intuitive forces and a kind of extraordinary sensitivity. It kind of indicates, closeness or deep understanding about situations. So I'm feeling that your lover kind of feels that you are very sensitive and feels that you're intuitive, and, he or she feels that they understand you, and that you have deep insights. I'm feeling that he or she will certainly be happy to respond. I'm feeling to the right stimulus from you, but I'm feeling that, Cancer, you just need to be kind of careful not to be too demanding, or even, pushy of this person, because it might cause a lot of conflict that I'm sure you may not, want to be kind of dealing with, uh, if you're trying to kind of bring your relationship to a more harmonious union. So let's move right along and look at your next card that we have here in this reading. Basically, it shows, Cancer, your attitude towards your partner. So we have the Ten of Swords here. So the Ten of Swords, Cancer, is all about drawing the lines. It indicates pretty much an arbitrary and calculated end to something. So this is suggesting, since we're looking at it from the perspective of, how you're feeling about your partner, you're feeling somehow that you're dealing with someone who perhaps has just separated from something, or you feel that your partner has just changed or just changed about himself and how he deals with it. He or she deals with his experiences very abruptly. And they could have possibly separated from, a past relationship, or perhaps a love had, has reached a sudden end in their life, or they split up, or something of that nature. But this card is all about drawing the lines, okay? So let's move right along and just look at, what type of advice, that the Oracle would have for you in terms of this situation, okay? We have the Four of Wands that falls in that position. So this card is all about, or it stands, really for situations that we're kind of feeling safe or open, or we're feeling protected and secure. So this card, Cancer, advises you to just, dare something, dare to do something, especially if you have been kind of hiding under, a turtle shell up, until now, and this card is kind of telling you, do not wait to be asked, in conjunction with your lover or connection with your lover, kind of present yourself in an open way and kind of happily really make some steps towards your love to kind of meet him or her halfway. Because this card is kind of telling you to really forget about worries and doubts, because your love life is going to be facing a new spring, perhaps that it seems that it's about to come up. So Cancer, this is what I have for you. I certainly look forward to doing more interesting readings for you guys, and I like to hear your comments on this reading. It certainly isn't going to resonate for everyone who is listening to this, but for those who this reading has resonated for, please send over your comments. And if you'd like to have a more personal reading, you can certainly email me at wat61073@gmail.com. Enjoy your evening. Thank you.